Hi and welcome, it's June from maverickstar Observatory. Guys, you have to take the rough sometimes with the smooth, unfortunately. Let's clear up a few things again, because we've got people like Lisa Parkinson. And I'll read a comment. How were the ladyboys you visited in Thailand, Jean? Question mark. Congratulations everyone who chipped in a few bucks for the imaginary observatory. You have just funded Jean's ladyboy trip to Thailand. Go on, block me, you coward. So what she's saying is, if I deduce her comment, is let me insult you, let me insult all Thailand people, and then if you block me, you're a coward. That is, in my view, 100% narcissistic. You know, because this person wants to insult me without having any comeback on it. And you know, we don't know these days, do we, whether this is artificial intelligence, because it is that good, guys. We don't know whether Lisa Parkinson is a real person. But if she is, in my view, judging on what she's wrote here, is nothing but a narcissistic, nasty little bit of work. And we've got them on our channel every single day. I do a video, I have to look at these comments. Unbelievable. Now I say you have to take the rough with the smooth on this channel. It's just the way it goes. Let's clear up a few things, right? In the comment section, we get a lot of people accusing me of begging. Now, when you're begging, usually you've got a pot in your hand. And there's never been a pot in my hand waiting for someone to come by and put some coins in there or a note in there or whatever. There is no begging going here. And usually when people are begging, they're not giving that person anything back for the money. And we provide a service here at this observatory. And, you know, any individual one of you out there would not be able to go out on your own and afford yourself the equipment that we've got. And that is why, you know, we say, if you want to, it's not mandatory, there's a donate link there, you know, help yourselves. And, you know, we also say on the other hand is that is the best way, you know, because people pay you your worth. I'm not deciding what my worth is. I'm letting people decide what they think my worth is. Now, there are thousands of you that are going to watch this video, and probably a lot of you are working, but would you dare ask your gaffer to pay you what he thinks you're worth? Would you dare do that? That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I've done. You know, another thing is, you'll never hear me ask people to subscribe to this channel. Because the way I see it is, if I'm watching videos and I find the person interested, I'll subscribe anyhow. So I'm never asking anybody to subscribe. In fact, I am probably one of the only YouTubers on YouTube that tell people not to bother. If this isn't their cup of tea, you know, and they're not getting nothing from it, then unsubscribe. You know, last month we kicked nearly 400 people off this channel. People like Lisa Parkinson, because of their attitude and their ill-equippation, shall we say, in grey matter to work out just some very simple things. Right, first of all, we don't have any merchandise, and we have tried to get recently, you know, permission off YouTube to put the adverts on there, but they've deemed our content unsuitable because it goes against community guidelines. Isn't that amazing? When we are telling people the truth about the climate, truth about CO2, the truth about the magnetic pole migration, you know, you get people like this. It's an imaginary observatory. No, I've sacrificed some room in my own home because, you know, there is no way on this earth we would be able to afford to have an independent property or unit in order to put the equipment in there so that we could record the migration, because simply we don't raise that kind of money. We never have done. So I've done the next best thing so that I can deliver, you know, the positioning of the magnetic North Pole to you. So I've used my home to do that, and I've used my time, and I've used my money, and I still get abused by these numbskulls, these stupid people that have obviously no intelligence whatsoever. And it's these people, trust me, that are bringing this world down. It's the Lisa Parkinsons of this world that is destroying it and making it rot like a corpse that has been stinking outside for months. It's the people like Lisa Parkinson and others that deliberately go out to wind and upset others. And you have to be aware of these people because they live amongst us. These are the people that are so destructive that they are probably willing for this world to end. And on that note, I want to say something. We have never said that when and if the magnetic North Pole hits 40 degrees, it does look more likely than not, I will say that. But we have never said that that will be the end of the world. We have come up with this theoretical mark based on some experiments which are feasible. I'm sure you'll agree, I know a lot of you already have. But we have never said at this observatory that that will be the end of the world. Ever. All we're saying is we will reach a point possibly where we will see a faster migration as the magnetic North Pole leaves those strong field lines like was shown in the experiment and migrates into the weaker field lines. We may see an acceleration. Another thing is that go back through the nearly 1,000 videos that we've done on this topic. Over the years, we have always predicted this date up until a month or so ago, and that is because we've seen some changes in the magnetic anomaly of the migration. It stopped, it went backwards, and then it went forwards again. And obviously that is going to mean that the timeline is going to be pushed forward. Now, I don't think we're going to see that again, but you know what, I don't have a crystal ball. I just record the information using electronics and the program that I writ, and then I pinpoint the magnetic North Pole every half a month now for you guys. So the workload doubled with regards to the Trimag system, yet the support is dwindling away. It's absolutely amazing. This is the world we live in, where people could support that choose not to. It's like the people, I'm not blaming, you know what, genuinely those people that can't afford. That's why I don't charge for what we do. We have over 20,000 people visit every week the website, where it covers not just the migrating poles, but it also covers, you know, other things, you know, other earthly anomalies that, you know, a lot of people are interested in. It's like even in the comments section yesterday, someone says all the volcanoes are erupting. That is nonsense. You only have to go over to poleshiftnews.com. I'm not plugging the website, you know, I don't care whether you go on there or not, but the data is there. You can see for yourself, on average, 25 volcanoes on our Earth are in eruption. And it has been like that for a long, long time. If anything, you know, the numbers are slightly down on what they should be, on average. That's the truth of the matter. Yet, you know what, how many people, I don't know, will read his comment and without doing any research, they will take it as gospel. That's why we have got the equipment here. That's why we don't go over to NASA, we don't go over to the European Space Agency or NOAA and start regurgitating what they're putting on there. We collect our own data because we know what we collect is the truth. And we relay that truth back to you guys. You know, there's a lot of people, I'm just saying, that don't appreciate what we've done and what we do. And trust me, trying to run a website, trying to manage all this data and the data that comes in from other countries isn't easy. It's a lot of work. You know, and I have to earn, an income at the side of this as well. I've kept this up for 10 years, and I've always been honest and open to everybody. We had people going out, only a month ago, if you remember, accusing me of all sorts of things. We had to produce our credentials, our academic qualifications. We had to show you the equipment that we've got here. When, in some simple circumstances, they could have just went onto the website, they would have seen. But they're too lazy, and they use their mouth because it doesn't cost nothing. It's very easy to use. It's their only tool they have in the toolkit. And then they're going to start writing comments like this crazy woman. I think everyone, now I've pointed it out, will see right through this comment. When you add on the end of it, go on, block me, you coward. What you're saying is, you're a coward if you block me. But you deserve to be blocked because of your rudeness. You're just a rude woman. That's if you're not artificial intelligence. And we are going to start seeing now a rollout of this. Guys, I'm always with you. I've been talking about the land decay because of the climate. Arable croplands going offline all over this world. I've been giving you the information. I've told you why they put the energy costs up, and how, it's nothing but mafia that's running all this. The United Nations haven't been elected, but it's not an elected body by anybody. But they seem to be controlling all the countries that are part of it. I know that there is grant money flying left, right and centre into these politicians' hands through back doors of businesses. And there's no accountability, as is for a lot of things. If you look what's happening in America, it's against the Constitution to harm the currency. It says that in the Constitution. I don't remember how it's worded, and I'm not just picking on America because it's happened here already in the UK. All these countries are doing it with the printing up of money, the creation of wealth. But it's not for us, this creation of wealth, it's for them. I am on your side with all what is going on, and I am pointing out as much as I can physically and possibly, because you guys need to be aware of what is happening. A lot of you are already switched on and aware of what's going on, and you come here, I understand, just for the TriMag data and the pinpointing of the magnetic North Pole, but we can't do it every day. Realistically, we're doing it twice this month, and I think that is more than enough. We cover the magnetometer data from other countries. We put that up on the website. This is all equipment that I've built myself. The Illuminox sensor that tests the atmospheric content of oxygen is built by me. The magnetometers is built by me. The TriMag system's built, and all these things are built and programmed by myself. And you guys have been very lucky. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but to get a guy who's scientifically qualified and able to build electronics and program them is not something that you bump into every day. I don't beg for money. I don't beg for your subscriptions. But what I do say is, guys, I can't charge for this content simply because I've got a conscience. There are people in other countries that don't even earn $1 an hour or $1 a day. There's no way I could take a coin off any of those people. I'm not happy with the way the world is run at the moment, but I've got no control over that. But I think what I've done is more honest than anything else. And that is, I've said, pay me what you think I'm worth, if anything. And I know there isn't many people that would turn round to their boss and say the same thing. So I've done the most honest thing I could possibly do, and I got, I get whipped for it. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. We are living in thunderous days that are racing us back to hell on earth. And it don't have to be like this. If they can print up money, these countries, for what they need, then there is no need to pay taxes. because they can just print up that money. And we all live in a world one day, years ago, 20, 30 years ago, when we thought the future would be different. Because of our slow emergence back then of technology, we realised that we could possibly let all the robots do all the work for us. It's not the case, because we still have to find the jobs, even though the robots have taken the jobs, because we still live in this monetary system, and we offer the exchange of our labour for some coins so that we can keep a roof and some food on our tables every month, whilst they just simply print up the money. The technology's there, and people, believe it or not, would want to work. I would still work. If I lived in a free society, I would still work, because there's no way I'd be happy sitting at home doing nothing. I know I could be beneficial somewhere in society, doing something, and regardless of whether all my needs was met freely in another society or system, I would still work and be a helpful member of the community. But we're not going to merge into that, at least for now. We are heading in for some dark times, guys, thunderous times, and they're not too far away. And on top of this, Mother Nature, something we've got no control on. And I know people say, oh, well, there's HAARP and there's this and there's that. What a lot of people don't realise is I actually look into all these things. Trust me, there is no greater force on this planet than Mother Nature. And you might think that these big companies, are able to manipulate it, but they're not. And I know about cloud seeding and weather modification. Yes, it does exist, but it doesn't exist on the scale of catastrophes like some people think. I'm just telling you, as a scientist, the truth. Guys, have we cleared it up now? How many more idiots are going to ask the same questions? Let's see. There is a link down there. If you want to, it is not mandatory. You can support us. And in doing so, you are helping others as well. And I'm hoping that you would want to do it because you get actually something out of it for yourself. It's entirely up to you. It's not mandatory. The link is down there. You can use the PayPal link or become one of our patrons. It's entirely up to you. No one's forcing you. And there certainly ain't no one begging here for anything. I don't want your subscriptions. I don't want, you to think I'm begging. Don't support if that's what you think, and unsubscribe tomorrow. But people like this person here and a lot of others will continue to get kicked if they use, just their language in a tone where they're just being destructive. They're just going to get kicked. Sick and tired of answering them. I would like to just make it clear, though, to everybody else here, that these people are very destructive. And I'm telling you now, you wouldn't want one of these people with a mouth like that in your community, because they feed on negativity. Literally feed on it. Guys, say what I usually do. You take care of your loved ones. Tomorrow we are going to do the latest positioning of the magnetic North Pole. Let's keep it business tomorrow. Have a good evening, as always. Bye for now.